As of the latest patch, Unicorn Overlord now has some post-game content to do, so it's the perfect time to finally make a post-game build. And what better team to use than one that features all the post-game generics, along with my favorite S-ranked character in the entire game, Nigel. Nigel's skills and animations are all top tier. He has the same death spin row attack that inflicts stun, just like Berengaria, along with an additional 2 action point costing Inferno row attack that inflicts burn, ignores 50% defense, and even grants him 1 additional passive point when used. He has another single target, double hit attack that inflicts burn and grants him 1 passive point if the target is already burning. Therefore, he works great with the Doom Knight I'm running with in this team. His passive skills are just as good, with his first passive skill granting him 1 active point whenever he guards an ally. Next, he has a counterattack that has true hit rate, inflicts burn, removes all the target's buffs, and only costs 1 passive point. Finally, his last passive activates, at the end of the battle, to delete a single enemy that has their HP at or below 50%. Sadly, he is only available in the final map of the game once you finish Albion's main story quests. I recommend that you have his team of generics retreat to base, and then customize his team to use him as early as possible. And since this is my secondary team that I use along with my main character team, there's no gear overlap, making Nigel's team a very resource-light team. Now, let me briefly explain how this team works. Nigel serves as the main damage dealer, as well as the backline defender. My Legionnaire is the team buffer and frontline protector, who also happens to be invincible. My Paladin is the main healer and pursuit damage dealer. My Great Knight buffs the attack damage for my backline cavalry units. He also pursues after my Doom Knight's attacks. His role is to try to stun any backline enemies with Wild Rush and cleans up any leftover enemies. Lastly, my Doom Knight is my secondary main damage dealer. As the last attacker, the enemy should be inflicted with numerous debuffs by then, which increases the damage inflicted from the Doom Knight. This team is basically a finalized version of my promoted cavalry team that I made, except a lot more optimized to not steal any equipment from my 3 other teams. I'll be showing the 4th team build I use together with these 3 builds in the next video. Subscribe to see it as soon as it releases. Let me show you my build details now. Starting with the Legionnaire. The Wingcrest Spear can be purchased from Warnby Town in Western Albion. The hero's Great Shield is bought from the Colosseum shop. The Gambler's Coin can be bought from Tish Town in southeastern Cornea. The Tailwind Cape is sold at Lysier Town in central Cornea. As always, feel free to pause the video to copy my tactics to get the most out of this team. Hector here has hardy and defensive growths. Next, Nigel has keen and offensive growths. The King's Blade Cornix is a quest reward for activating all the carving locations in Cornea. The Grand Barris is purchased from the Divine Shard Exchange. The Amethyst Pendant can be bought from Cornea's capital after beating the game. The Sniper's Lens can be obtained from completing Celeste's quest in Elheim. The Hunter's Claymore is purchased from Drynerot Town on the western edge of Bastorius. The Azure Crest Shield is sold at Barbatimo City in southwest Cornea. The Ruby Pendant can be bought at the Black Merchant Shop in Bastorius. The Holy Unicorn Signet is a reward from the S-rank Renown quest. Philippe has double offensive growths. God tier here also has double offensive growths. The Testarossa can be obtained from talking to the house by the river after completing the Sorm Liberation quest. The Holy Unicorn Shield is a reward from beating the final boss of the game. The second Ruby Pendant can be bought from the Colosseum shop. The Raven Plume can be purchased from any of the cities in Bastorias. The Dark Knight Cleaver is obtained from completing Umarus's quest in Albion. The Scarlet Crest Shield can be bought in Cornea's capital after beating the game. The Watchman's Lantern can be looted from the Watchtower in the southwestern edge of Cornea. Sebastian has double offensive growths, just like all the cavalry units here. Using this team has made me realize just how useful the stun status really is. Stunned opponents cannot dodge, guard attacks, or use any skills. And unlike the freeze status, stunned opponents can take multiple hits and still be stunned until their turn arrives. So for slower acting, tankier opponents, this status is perfect for cutting down these enemy types that are usually positioned on the front line. And I absolutely adore Knights in Armor. Seeing this team in action is so aesthetically pleasing. I even just did a speed run through all the main story quests in order to use Nigel for all the extra content that I missed. My favorite character of the game. A real shame you cannot get him earlier in the game. Furthermore, I have realized just how useful Legionnaires can really be as a team buffer, since they can sacrifice one action for 2 passive points to keep those buffs constant while protecting the front line as well. Same goes for the Doom Knight. He can really do loads of damage and not have his hits constantly miss when the frontline enemies are all stunned. That wraps up the video. Stick around until the end to see Nigel fight himself and also put Sanatio in the ground where he belongs. Like and share this video if it helped, and subscribe for daily Unicorn Overlord videos.
Let's get this over with.
Let's get moving. They won't know what hit them. Behind me.
Our training has led us here.
Hold on.
Hold on.
I am your shield. Let me see what you got. Behind me.
Let's get this over with.
They won't know what hit them.
You are protected.
Let me see what you got.
Prove your loyalty.
Got me good.
Hold fast.
Watch and learn.
got me good.
Hold on. Pretty good, I guess.
Hope you're paying me more for this.
Another cobble in the road to restoration.
I'm actually getting better at this.
The end of this brutal war draws ever nearer. A little stronger every day.
I'm glad that